Boom. Bottom. Boom. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of TheDropPodcast. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Happy Super Bowl. I got some cool stuff. My dad is making some some noodles. I tasted the sauce. It tastes or not the sauce, but the soup stuff tastes incredible. I'm definitely a fan. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious. I got some family coming over, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a really good time. If you get, or is this supposed to just come to see me? But yeah, we're gonna have a really good time. I think I have my grandma coming, who else? My aunt might be coming. We're not really sure. She's kind of in and out. You know what I mean? Like she'll be there sometimes, and then other times she won't. You know, it's kind of give or take with her. Like you never really know. She's a unique character. In terms of well, she's just how do I put it? She's kind of on her own. Well, she's not like on her own. Like she's cool. Like she's a part of the family now. I mean, not that she wasn't before, but she's just had some struggles in her life, some troubles, some things, some habits that she had to break, if you know what I'm saying. She's been doing well lately. She's been with the team, so good stuff, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Things are going well. But dude, I was taking a shower, and here's something that I was thinking about. I find like I was talking to you guys earlier about how I think that like there's certain ways that you can like promote kind of like thoughts, and part of that is like the atmosphere, cuz I was thinking about how yesterday like I was telling you guys, like I was kind of like not in the mood. Like I just wasn't feeling working on the comic. You know what I mean? Like it was just like tiring. But then I realized like that like I can do something about that. You know what I mean? Like it's more so that how do I put it? Like if I want to work on that, like I have to be in the zone for it. And so then it's like, okay, how do you put yourself in that zone? Like how do you calm yourself down? Which I mean, like sometimes you don't want to, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's better to enjoy and appreciate the zone, you know what I mean? But whenever you need to work, I think it is more important to make sure that you like you find a way. Oh, cuz here's what I was thinking. So I was thinking about how like people do this, like this is a full-time job for some people. Like some people, they wake up at like 7 in the morning, work on their comic or manga until I don't know, like late into the night. And that to me that's crazy. Like I can't imagine, cuz like if I'm done and I start spacing out and I just can't focus, like it's over. Like I just can't focus. Oh shoot, my girlfriend. Yeah, I just can't focus. But then I find that once I kind of get into the zone, hold on, let me just text real quick. Say podcasting right now. TTYL, smoochy face. Helpful tip for texting: use emojis. It changes the game. Like for some people, like, cause it makes you seem like less of a jerk. You know what I mean? Like it kind of gives you emotion. You know what I mean? don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like, but anyway, what was I saying though? Oh yeah, you need to put yourself like kind of in the zone for it. You know what I mean? So, for example, it's like these people. I think like he has a, I watched this like day in the life of a mangaka in Japan, and something that I thought was interesting is he has a whole space like dedicated specifically for working on manga, and so I thought that was interesting, personally, and I also see that in a lot of artists too. I think like a lot of artists say, or even like business people say, like, okay, make your dedicated space for work or for either for work or for the other thing, either for work or for art, or like whatever you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, make that your dedicated space, and don't use it for anything else. Like, for example, it's like if you want to sleep better, like a lot of people suggest have your bed only for sleep. Now I also use it for watching anime, but like I don't usually work in my bed though, which I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know, but truthfully, it's like for me, like I don't really feel like it matters that much, simply because I find that I mean I'm so young that I don't think it really matters for me at this point, because I can go like 5 hours of sleep and work in the morning. I mean, it's hard, and like I'll be falling asleep, so I never do it. But whenever you're young, you kind of have more energy and more excitement. Like, for example, like if I ever the latest I'll stay up for real is 11. I'm always asleep by 11, and I prefer to be like my best schedule, or like what I would choose if I could, is I like to be in bed by 8. Lately, because I've been working on the manga, or the comic, sorry, I keep saying that. Because I've been working on the comic, I've been going later, like some more, like I'll be in bed by 9, and I'll usually get like an hour and 30 minutes, so like 10:30 is whenever I usually go to bed. Where I used to be 9:30, and that was probably like optimal health, like that was good for me, but anyway, I've been finding though that well, I don't know, I can just kick it, but anyway, but back to the point. Like I find that it helps for me to set the tone for myself, like set the vibe, the energy, so that I can focus better on what I need to focus on. Whereas like, obviously it just helps you work better, be in the zone. One thing that I think like hippies do right is they know how to control kind of like their energy or their vibe or whatever. Like they have really good a really good like relationship with themselves, which is something that I talk about a lot. Just building that connection with you, and how that helps you, I think, to be able to be in better control of your mental, and being in control of you is like it's like a superpower for real. But because day in the life of a manga is like they have like specific spaces where they work on only one thing, and that's it, and so that's like their zone. For me, it's like, because I do everything in my room for real, I do find that like if I'm pressured in time, like I work really well whenever there's nothing else to do. You know what I mean? So for example, it's like during my break at work, I find that like I focus way better than anything else, and it's partly because it's like, okay, I have this time, I need to take advantage of it. And then second, it's like, what else am I gonna do? So it's like I'm not worried. I'm not thinking about anything else. So that's part of it. Like being in like meditation. I don't do that. Maybe I should start. But I recognize the benefit. You know what I mean? But being in meditation, it's like you putting yourself into a flow state, or like a calm, relaxed state of mind, which helps you to bring that. Then, like, if you can just migrate that flow state into your other work, I think that's what helps people to what am I trying to say? Well, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, my words aren't exactly like organized, but yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. It's good because yeah, so like you're just taking that energy and then transitioning it into a different action. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But for someone who doesn't meditate like me, even though like I think is way beneficial, like I have other ways too. Like for me, it's like I mean, it's not always the same thing. Like for example, I did this morning, like early morning. It's really easy to get into flow because like I just woke up, my brain feels fresh. I just drink tea. It's still kind of dark outside, so it's like whenever the sun comes out, there's kind of like a sense of, all right, we need to get moving. You know what I mean? So that's why it's nice to have kind of like the peace of the morning for me. And I find that like in the early morning, I like that the slower like piano emotional music, you know, like stuff to make me more like calm. Whereas I think like for today, because I woke up more like 8, and then I worked on the comic. Or like today was more like a jazzy, like I felt like cool, like just like like because I'm already awake, so you know, like I've gone through the well, I kind of skipped the phase of like sleepy, kind of getting ready. Like the sun's already out, so I'm already energized. So then I'm right away, like I'm now on to the next step of the day. So it's like that's just not what I needed right then. Like what I needed right then became I need I don't know, like the jazz, I guess. I don't know. And then sometimes it's just like the vibe. Like sometimes like the morning will be like a jazz vibe too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess it's that too. But there's something about like I'm not gonna listen to rap in the morning whenever I'm trying to work on my stuff that I need to focus on. But if I need to get hyped up, then I will work on then I might listen to like Comethazine, or you know, some more energetic music to get me in that state of mind if I'm trying to work on some rap. And then at the same time, like even in rap, it's like, okay, what kind of vibe do I want for this song? Like some songs are like hard, you know what I mean? Like there's just all kinds of different things. But I mean, I was just thinking about like setting the energy so that you can work better, you know? Yeah. But on the other note, like just for example, like the shower is a perfect place. The shower is a place where I think the drowning sound of the rain, or not the rain, but the shower just kind of helps you to focus in a different type of way. And like I think that's why I find for myself that's whenever ideas truly like come to me and really really stick, you know. But what else? Yeah, so then I was in the shower today, and this was after. Oh, another thing that I find, like, for the podcast, if I do it too early in the morning, like, my brain is still adjusting. Like, I think early in the morning is like a quiet, peaceful time where I focus more on I focus more into things that are how do I say this? Things that are more like art. Like, that's my time where I'd paint or like allow the thoughts to come. Like, that's the relaxing time. Whereas like doing a podcast it's relaxing. Like, I enjoy this, but at the same time it's like I'm using more thought. Like, I'm talking, I'm having speech, you know what I mean? And having speech does kind of wear out my brain a little bit. I think I lean I think I'm a good mix between what is it called? Can't think of the name of it. A good mix between, of course my phone is not letting me. There it is. I have an iPhone 7 and I think it's starting to like die on me. I've been saying like a lot. I need to work on that. So, energetic people are energetic. What is the term? It's person is people energized by social. People energized by socializing. Oh, introverts versus extroverts. So I think that I think I lean more introverted in terms of like I can get worn out really easily by social interaction, and also at the same time I do get worn out by like relaxation. Like if I'm just painting, like I will kind of I'll get energized. I feel like in both ways, I get energized and then I'll kind of fade out of it. You know what I mean? Actually, no, this. So I think if I'm around the right people, I get really, really energized and like I'm excited and I'm having fun. And I could go like whenever I'm with, I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but for the most part, whenever I'm with like Sammy, my cousin, like it's just always a good time. And then even if I'm tired, it's like I can rest with him. You know what I mean? Now of course, like everyone sometimes needs like to just be like with themselves. You know what I mean? But I will say it's just one of those things where like the right person can help me to or I can just be with the right person, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But on another note, in terms of like art, like a lot of times like Sumie is probably when I come out the most. Like I think that's the one that I truly, truly enjoy. I like writing music too, but that like writing for sure. Actually, I'll say this. Playing guitar, piano, and painting Sumie is probably what I'm best in most like that's the easiest to get me into. Like I can do that for like hours and hours. But drawing, I kind of get like zoned out, you know, de-energized. drawing, podcasting, I get de-energized. Well, I get energized, and then after a while, I get de-energized. You know what I mean? And it also depends on the moment. Like podcasting is special. You know, like something's different about this one, where it's like it just depends on the day, for real. But what else? Also, what else do I do? Business, like work. I don't know, like doing the merchandise. Like it's exciting and it's cool, but like it'd be hard for me to do that all day, you know. But anyway, but I guess basically what I'm saying is like it's just with different things, because I do find like doing sumie, like I'm so into it and I feel energized. I will say that like sometimes, like there's very few times doing sumie that I get kind of like tired from it, you know what I mean? But I will say that one thing, because I also get tired, like if I feel insecure, I get tired. But then I think what that is I think that's me trying to protect myself from having to socialize and risk that insecurity. So I think that's more so what it is for me. You know, cuz I find like I'm cool, like cuz it'll be like 1 second like I'm good, and then all of a sudden it's like something happens, and if I get insecure, like I won't do it anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I feel maybe I didn't describe that well, but yeah. So I don't know. You know what we might do? Never mind. I was about to say something about the game. I know better now. Like anytime I say something about the game, like I just lose it. Like I just can't focus anymore. But what I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna wait on that. Oh yeah, but hold on, let me check the time. So in the shower today, what I was thinking about was religion. I was thinking about like why is it that or just like one thing that confuses me, I guess, is how oh, dang. How can like why did the people why did the apostles suddenly just go out? Because I was thinking like there's a lot of things about the Bible that's you know crazy, but then at the same time like there's a lot of like historical accuracy. I think it's really interesting to see the parallels between the prophecies in the Old Testament and how it's fulfilled in the New Testament with Jesus. And so that's something too. Like that's something that I guess like confuses me, or something that's significant that makes me think. You know what I mean? But it's just too much because it's written by people. You know what I mean? Like, and also you can see like if something is written by somebody. For example, if I write something along the lines of trying to think of a good example. If I wrote about hold on, let me gather my thoughts. So if I write a story about Abraham Lincoln, so like say I'm inspired by Abraham Lincoln and I write some story, okay? To me that's like you could say like I was inspired by Abraham Lincoln, but that's not necessarily like that's not Abraham Lincoln. Like that's not the word of Abraham Lincoln. You know what I mean? That's me writing something because I was inspired by Abraham Lincoln. You know what I mean? So it's different, you know. But I I don't know. I guess I kind of lost my train of thought. Here, let me. I wrote a note because I thought it was a really interesting idea. So I was thinking, okay, like the validity of the Bible, and it kind of stemmed from because to me it's like it's written by a man, and there's a lot of things that I think don't add up whenever you take into consideration that like you have just an example you have trying to think of a good example. Just an example, like don't kill, like you shall not kill, and then like a second later it'll be I mean the one that I always go back to is there's this word or there's this Bible passage or part that says like don't what am I trying to say? There's this passage in the Bible that says do not no, this is what it says. If someone if your child lies, you shall take him in front of the town and stone him. And obviously that's crazy. Obviously that's against the Bible. Like obviously that's not, something that the Bible agrees with, or not necessarily the Bible, but like the law of the Bible and something that Jesus followed. But this is what I was thinking, because I also like I'm not gonna say that the Bible is not like I'm not gonna say it's a whole lie because of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try and keep an open mind about it, and so I'm just thinking though that that because of that, like maybe or hold on, let me get on my thoughts. Like maybe the Bible, you know what I mean? Like the Bible is more like a like the way that I see it, because it does have accuracies historically. You know what I mean? Like you'll go to X place and see X happen, or you'll see that X happened. You know what I mean? And that there was a flood, but that doesn't necessarily make it true. Like for example, like back in the day, there could be a flood, and I could say that that a giant turtle caused this flood because he got angry and started rolling around in the ocean. You know what I mean? Like I could say that. Doesn't make it true. The flood happened, but that doesn't make the mystics of it true. You know what I mean? So I think I do think that people make that mistake a lot. And more so than that, I also find I think that I don't necessarily think that the Bible, I mean, like I think it should be read more like a mystic's historical book. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Like a historical book with mystics in it, you know? But at the same time, I will say that that might not necessarily mean that Jesus isn't the Son of God, because I think it's weird. I think it's weird that you have Well, it's just interesting to note that that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like these people who who are gonna get killed, like they go into hiding, right? Like, or that's how the story is. The apostles went into hiding after Jesus got caught by the people, um or not by the people, but by well, you know what I'm saying. So hold on, sorry about that. So yeah, so like they go into hiding, and then all of the sudden, which this might not be true. I don't know. I don't think anyone can really know, but it's like it's written. Excuse me, it's written. So I just don't see why, why they would lie about that or how that helps their case. And then at the same time, the reason why I think it's true is because it's like they were afraid, and then all of a sudden they go out and they die for this man. You know what I mean? This man, like they go into hiding, and then all of a sudden go out and die for him. So either they were on drugs and they saw him and were so convinced that that what he was saying is true, and he was just a crazy person. I don't know, but it's just interesting to think about. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, so basically, I guess what I'm saying is like Jesus could be the Son of God. I don't know, but here's what else I'm saying. We might not even know what that means, because I think we're basing who this is off of a textbook that was written by humans. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know. Well, I mean, the problem is we didn't have the New Testament back whenever Jesus was around, right? So, but I mean, we did have like the Old Testament. We did have the laws, so which is weird because I don't think the laws are accurate. Like, but we don't know how closely Jesus followed the laws. You know what I mean? And like we make assumptions based off of this textbook that was written by humans. You know what I mean? Like it's not normal. It's but I mean there could be a case that because like a lot of the laws were good for the time. Like, don't eat pig. I mean, I'm no expert, but what I hear is that part of the reason why that is a law is because I don't know, like they were diseased or something like that. I don't really know, but like I don't know, but like you could make a case for that, or just like washing your hands, like that's part of the law. Like there's a way to wash your hands. Now it's not the most cleanly way, but at the time that could have been like the best hygiene. I don't know, but either way, if no one else washed their hands and that is the best hygiene, then that's something significant too, because that's, you know what I mean. But it could just be a thing like he followed the laws because that's how you survived back then. You know what I mean? So like maybe if he came back now, he would eat pig. You know what I mean? I don't know. And also like draining the blood. I don't know if that's like a humane thing or I think it's actually healthier or something. I'm not truly sure, but also like salting it helps preserve it. I don't know. I mean, I'm just making cases. I don't even know if it's like accurate or whatever. But yeah. But I don't know. So I mean, I'm just saying that could be a case why Jesus followed these laws that aren't necessarily, you know what I mean, like true, and the Bible also has good messages on how you should live. And obviously he wouldn't agree with stuff. I mean, he preached like he was like the hippie, like the radical hippie of that time. And he preached about love and whatever, and like whoever like don't or don't like the throwing the stone story where everyone was was gonna stone this prostitute, and he stepped up and he wrote something and then said whoever hasn't sinned can throw the first stone, and everyone was like, well, dang, like by the way, cold as like, dude. The Bible has some cool stuff in there. Like, truly some like inspiring, like really cool stuff. Like stuff that like, even if you're not religious, like if you're more agnostic, kind of like me, then like don't be the person that loses out because you think that some of the things are crazy. Like, there's still lessons in there, you know what I mean? Still good things and philosophies to follow. And like I'm saying, like right now, like the Bible was written by people, you know what I mean? So truthfully, I don't think we know. Like, Jesus could be the Son of God. It's just we don't even know what that means. Like, what if it was an alien? What if God is like this alien? You know what I mean? This alien that like made us or whatever. And I don't know, maybe Jesus had some like special knowledge of that. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I don't know. And that doesn't for real make sense. But I mean, I'm just saying stuff. I'm just giving off ideas. It doesn't not necessarily true, not necessarily false. It's just stuff. It's just ideas, Because I don't know. Because like I try to keep open mind about this. Because really I don't know. Like I just don't know. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Cause it is kind of like if I see an alien and I write about it. And I see that the alien eats, or like I'm washing my hands and I use 2 pumps of soap and the alien is like, oh no, you should use 3, because I mean he just might have a little bit more knowledge than I have about being sanitary. So he's like, oh yeah, like 2 pumps isn't going to do it, like 3 to give like the extra thing. But he's thinking it's just like just everyday life. Like if I'm talking to like a monkey and the monkey just uses water to wash his hands, I'm going to say, oh, no, use the soap. I don't necessarily go into like deep detail about why you should use the soap. I mean, partly because I don't know, because I'm just as dumb as the monkey probably. I just listen to these scientists, you know what I mean? But either way, it's like even if I did know, I would probably just be like, yeah, just use the soap. And then the monkey would probably just use the soap. And if he asked, I'd be like, well, I don't know. Or like if he asked, I would say it gets rid of the germs off your hands. And so now all of a sudden, like the monkey is creating this story in his head about germs and how the soap either like he might all I said was, oh, it gets rid of the germs or whatever. I heard that it actually just like lubricates your hands so like the germs like fall off with the water, but I don't really know. But either way, like the monkey creates this whole story in his head now where it's like, oh, this soap is like magic, or like this soap kills these germs. You know what I mean? Kills these germs. Which isn't necessarily true. Like it's not the full details of it. I mean, it's generally true maybe, but it's not like necessarily like accurate. You know what I mean? And so basically, like yeah, like this animal is creating this story, this kind of inaccurate depiction. And if that animal wrote a book about what I told him about soap, and everyone follows that book, like 10 years or 100 years later, or I don't know, how about this, like 1,000 years later, other monkeys pick up this book and read it, and this monkey took this perspective on me that I'm some kind of like genius scientist. History would remember me as a genius scientist when all I did was say like, oh, just use the soap. You know what I mean? So like it definitely could be like more of that type of situation. You know what I mean? I could see that for sure. I'm not saying that it is, like at the same time, like it could be whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying like there's a lot of things that could have happened along the way of this story being written that might have other or that might show other things that we kind of miss because us now, it's like it's been so long that we've lost a lot of detail, and we're learning about this person, Jesus, through the eyes of someone of this group of people that looked up to him and followed him. But yeah, I mean, he could have 100% rose from the grave. Like, truthfully, who knows? No one does. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's like we're just kind of taking shots in the dark. But I think I do think it gets dangerous though whenever you get so firm into something and without ever questioning. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like, people question, but it's like you don't question seriously. Like, you question and then you feel guilty about questioning. And like deep down, like you believe it's true. Like, you just believe and you want it to be true. And so you just kind of go with it, you know what I mean? And then like you're almost looking for a story. Like, I've met so many people, so many Christians who have like some type of story, but it's you know what I mean? But like, people just take life too seriously. Like for me, like, there are so many parts in my life that I could take perspective and say like, oh, this could become a story. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people try and create this tragic story for themselves. And I was saved, you know. I was saved by this, you know. But I don't know. Or kind of like what I was saying yesterday or the other day. I was talking about what was I talking about? It was I forget really, but I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, it's just I don't know. And also, like, yeah, it's like, what does the word of God mean? Like, because that's what we kind of go with, you know. Oh, here's what I was saying. Like, yeah, like, there's tons of things that I could turn into a story, but like, I just don't take life that seriously. Like, I think it kind of comes from an ego type of thing. Like, whenever you like, I met this guy and he has like this whole story of like he smoked weed and now he's better, now he's healing and whatever. And like, it's cool that he feels better, you know what I mean, like, about himself and yeah, back my stolen packages, even gracious delivered us. Gratitude, thank you very much. Raincloud, I would shower you gratitude and hail you as a hero for now and most wonderful. Yeah, I mean, life just isn't that shit. Oh, I was saying, I met this guy and he smoked weed, and now he has like this story of like, he's healed, like he's been saved from like through God, and now it's like a community thing, I think, because like now he is like now he's integrated into this culture, this religious culture where he found a lot of his friends, like I think and then the same thing, like I met this Protestant that converted to Catholicism. And it's interesting to like, and I'm not saying like what she is going through is inaccurate. Like, I think, you know, is valid for sure. But it's valid. But what I'm trying to, what I guess I would say is like, it's like sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes I think it isn't necessarily a what am I trying to say? Like a trying to let me just organize first. So she converted, and I asked her, and she says like it's because like the sacraments like enrich her life, and and just like more fulfilled the story and like more fulfilled her and made her feel more connected. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, then I find out that she met her husband through this community of Catholics doing work together. And so then, that makes me realize like a lot of it I think is just like social, building that connection with people, that community, which is just as real. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just I don't know. But I will say like I do think it's important. It's important to understand like where you're coming from. You know what I mean? I think people are trying to get me to go to college again. Talking about Josh and AZ, we're open to him coming. We have our second vaccine scheduled for next Friday, and we'll free up our lifestyle quite a bit. I know Josh has been exploring a lot of varied opportunities, but if AZ is still something you guys are interested, Arizona would be cool. If I could see homes in Arizona, that'd be kind of cool. I'd be with that. Man, it's such a good conversation, but I have to go to church today. I really don't want to. Like, I just don't feel like it right now. Like, but whatever. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. I know it was a good episode, but I know, like, my thoughts, like, because this is, like, the first time that I've kind of been thinking about this. And I haven't really been thinking this deeply lately. I mean, recently. So I think, like how I was talking about that one day with, like, the waves of like, creativity and, like, inspiration. Like, I think right now I'm riding the wave where my brain is working, like, in a different way. Like, I'm thinking about things differently. I'm seeing things differently. You know what I mean? And that's partly because, like, I relaxed that. Well, I shouldn't say it's because, but I think it's because I relaxed the that, like, side of me. And for, like, a long time, like, I was just living, like, thoughtlessly in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I kind of got tired of, like, thinking about psychology. And then just recently, like, I started listening to Jordan Peterson, one of his things on like, Carl Jung. Which, man, that stuff is incredible. Like, it's just so inspiring to me. Like just, like, the genius of people. You know what I mean? And it really does take, like, a open perspective, you know what I mean, to be, like, a good psychologist. Like, that's what I find, like, good psychologists are, like, just, like, these receivers of information. Like, they just receive information from what you give them, and they just, like, piece it together. It's like, I don't know. Whoops. It's really, really inspiring, though. And I love it. But, yeah, so, I mean, I took a rest from that, but I think since I've come back to it, like, I'm more intact, you know what I mean? Like I was slothing from it, and, like, now I'm back to the like, the thought, like, the deeper thought, I guess. Which is cool that I have this podcast, though, because it's like I have, like, this train that I can follow. Like, I can see where my head was before and where I am now, you know what I mean? It's really, really cool to see. And then with my cousin coming soon, like, it'll shake things up even more and just add more energy to it. But it might be sad coming back from this podcast and having him not be here anymore. But I don't know. For the few episodes that he is, and I actually hope I can get a lot. He's gonna be here for, like, a month at most. Maybe. It might be a lot less, but we'll see. His sister's getting married, so it just depends on that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Drop Podcast. Once again, if you want to support the podcast, you can donate if you go to my website at joshuatbryan.com. There's a section if you scroll all the way down to the bottom where you can donate. Other things that you can do to help support the podcast is, if you want to buy merchandise, which supports me, and there's some cool stuff. Also at my website, there's a spot where there's merchandise that you can buy. Just one shirt right now. I don't have. I mean, actually, by the time that this is out, I might have another up there. you'll see it on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Joshua T Bryan 64. And truthfully, the best ways you can help support this podcast, as I usually say, is 1, by leaving a review wherever you watch or listen. And 2, if you think anyone else would enjoy it, by sharing it, let them know about it, whatever. But 3, if you enjoy it, just by sticking around, keep watching. That's the biggest thing for real. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.